Hello, welcome back to part 3 of my first micro shunting layout build. As you can see, things are coming along. I've got some Metcalf buildings built. I've got a bit of track planning going on. At the other end there, I have the Metcalf tunnel. There'll be a fiddle yard beyond that when it's finished. The backdrop is just something I just bashed a bit of paint over that, but I'm going to have a proper photo scene backdrop, a bit higher than that. I did have to cut down my lovely station building, because the board is very narrow. I didn't realise just how narrow, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to go with it. You can see roughly my track planning. Please bear in mind it may not be prototypical. I have in mind here, I'll just put that over the top so you can just see. It's the 3 tracks there, one running through the goods, run around for the locomotive, couple of turnouts there, and just running back past the signal box out there. So as I say, I'm new to this, so I've invested in some sort of decent components. I think I've got DCC complex track cutters. I've cut the pieces slightly long at the moment, so that I can obviously when I can trim to fit. I bought some dropper wires. I'm only going to need 2 feet. I think one up that end and another one up probably on that middle track, I think. No, maybe on the other end there. A couple of isolated sections in there too. Anyway, I think I know what I'm doing with that. I've watched enough videos. Station building, so I had to take a knife to it, and it was quite brutal, but I had to do it to get those three tracks in there. But that's okay, it's done. I have to say that I'm bearing in mind here, I'm doing this as much for my little grandson as for myself. He loves steam trains. So this is going to be something we'll play with together probably. But I want to make it as good as I can. As I say realistic, not prototypically realistic perhaps, but you know, I really like the landscaping and the terrain sections. And as I've said before, I do a lot of, this is what I do. I paint military stuff, mostly for others. I'm engaged in some French cavalry down there at the moment. So this is a nice distraction for myself. I've decided on a couple of things. I'm going to do the points wire and tube. I'm just going to change hands here. So that's what I've been working on, wire and tube. Fixed under the baseboard. It's quite good, this florist wire. But I'm going to try to get some nice elegant handles. Knobs or handles on the ends, so they'll just be they're such short lengths, it seems crazy to me to use point motors, but they'll go under the baseboards with sort of whatever I can come up with from here. It seems to work. I've had a little mess around with it. It seems to work. The outer casing is fish aquatic tubing, and that will be sort of fixed to the bottom of the baseboard. I've only got a little bit of track painting. If you can see that there. I've taken the decision that I'm going to paint the track, all of the track, before I pin it or glue it down. Simply because I think it's going to be so much easier to do that. If I lay that down there, I think not 100% sure on the colours yet, but I'm going to do it all by hand rather than spraying before I glue anything down. It means I can take my time on the points, be really careful with the points, and you know, you've got more manoeuvrability if it's not stuck down. I don't know how people do that, but that's what I'm going to do. And then obviously I've got some woodland scenic ballast on the way, and again I'm going to just take my time, do that by hand very slowly. Avoiding the pitfalls. I don't want to gum anything up, especially if I'm going wiring tube on those points. But yeah, so that's really an update. I'm looking forward to doing the landscaping, the landforming. I've said I'm going to go high with the back scene. probably, I think I've seen the Pico or Gauge Master. It's about 150 mils. Sort of photo quality. I'm hoping that's going to work. Oh, that's my little Ginty. Once I get everything stuck down here, which I hope to do maybe this week, then I can give it a good test out. I've got the Gauge Master controller there at the back, the little handheld, I think it's handheld. There's this lovely little ratio kit that somebody bought from me about a year ago, a friend that I paint figures for. And I'm not sure if I can actually use it on this, but I hope I can. I hope I can. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, that's just an update number, third video in the series, update number 2. Absolutely, really enjoyed doing that Metcalf building. Good shed. Great fun, these things. And I may weather them down a bit, probably with powders and things, rather than paint, because obviously it's card paper. But no, they're great fun to do, aren't they? Those buildings. So there we go. That's it so far. I'll just run the camera along the length. It's no great length. It's 710 by 210 wide. I wished I'd had a little bit more width, because then I could have, got a bit more of the goods yard or something in there. But that's what it is now, and I'm going to take my time and enjoy it. Okay, thanks for watching. Clear this away, get back to finishing off some more figures, and then when I get a free day, then I'm going to lay the track. So that's that. I need a whole day for that really, so I'll take my time. But anyway, I'll be back with another update soon, probably when the track's laid down, and then we'll see where we go from there. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. It's just another guy doing another model railway micro shelf layout, but I've enjoyed the learning process. Right, cheers for now. Please subscribe. I could do with some subscribers to help me along with this. Any advice, most welcome, of course. Thanks a lot. Bye.